Hey, you ever see a moment so raw it just stops you cold, like the world's holding its breath? Picture this. A little girl, barely 6, standing in the front yard of a crumbling old house in upstate New York, her tiny suitcase split open, clothes spilling out like secrets nobody wants to hear. She's on her knees, tears streaking her face, begging her stepdad not to throw her out, while neighbors peek through their curtains, whispering, judging, but not one of them steps forward. That's where this story starts, and trust me, it's a gut punch I can't shake. Her name's Lily Harper, a kid with big brown eyes and a stuffed rabbit she clutches like it's her last friend on earth. Her mom, Clara, passed just a week ago, cancer, the kind that creeps up slow and cruel. Clara was the glue in that house on Maple Street. A little craftsman with chipped paint and a porch that sagged like it was tired of holding up. Lily used to fall asleep to her mom's lullabies, her stepdad, Tom Bennett, reading her stories about pirates and dragons, his voice warm, like he meant every word. But now, Tom's a mess, slouched in a worn-out armchair, a bottle of whiskey his new best friend, his eyes red and hollow. The warmth's gone, replaced by something dark, something bitter. And then there's Rachel Moore, Clara's cousin, slinking around like she owns the place. She's all sharp smiles and sharper nails, her red lipstick bright against the gloom of that house. Rachel's got her claws in Tom, whispering in his ear, playing the grieving family card while her eyes glint with something else, greed. Maybe, or just plain spite. See, Clara left behind a trust fund, a small one, but enough to make Rachel's mouth water. She's been pushing Tom to sign papers, to simplify things, she says, but what she really wants is Lily out of the picture, one less obstacle to the cash. That day it all explodes. Tom's yelling, his voice like gravel. "You're not mine, Lily. You're just a weight around my neck." Lily's tiny, trembling hands grip her rabbit tighter, her voice breaking as she pleads, "Please, Tom, you said you'd never leave me, oh, promised." But he shoves her toward the door, her suitcase tumbling down the steps, socks and sweaters scattering across the grass. Rachel's there, cooing, "Oh, Tom, don't be so hard on the poor thing." But when she turns to Lily, her smile twists, cold and mocking, like she's enjoying the show. The neighbors? They just stand there, behind their fences, muttering about family matters and best not to get involved. Cowards. Lily's on her knees now, dirt smudging her dress, whispering to her rabbit, "I'll be good. I swear. I'll be so quiet." And that's when he shows up, Ethan Caldwell, a guy who looks like he stepped out of a boardroom and into this mess. Ethan's 38, a real estate lawyer from Manhattan, the kind of guy who's closed million-dollar deals but never flaunts it. He's got this calm, steady way about him, but his eyes? They're fire when he sees Lily crumpled on the ground. He knew Clara from way back, college friends who stayed close, and she'd made him promise once, in a hospital room thick with the smell of antiseptic. "If anything happens to me, Ethan, look out for my girl." He's here to keep that promise. Ethan doesn't hesitate. He strides across the yard, picks up Lily's rabbit, brushes off the dirt, and hands it to her with a gentleness that makes her stop sobbing for a second. "Enough, Tom," he says, his voice low but sharp, like a blade cutting through the haze. Tom staggers to his feet, slurring, "Who the hell are you to barge in here? This is my house." Ethan doesn't flinch. "Your house? Throwing a kid out like trash? That's not a house, that's a disgrace." Lily looks up, her eyes wide, like she's seeing a superhero for the first time. Ethan kneels, holds out his hand, and says, "From now on, you're with me, kiddo." That's it. One sentence, and the air shifts, like the whole street knows something's changed. He scoops up her things, tucks them into her busted suitcase, and leads her to his car's sleek black Audi that looks out of place on this rundown block. He buckles her in, turns on the heat, hands her a water bottle, and says, "You're safe now, Lily." She's still clutching that rabbit, her voice barely a whisper, Mom said you were her friend. Uncle Ethan, right? He nods, his throat tight. Yeah, kid. Your mom was the best. She'd want you to know you're not alone. As they pull away, old Mrs. Jenkins from next door cracks her window and calls out. She didn't do anything wrong. Ethan gives her a nod, filing her away as a witness. The truth needs people like that. In the car, Lily's quiet, her face pressed against the window, watching Maple Street fade. Ethan breaks the silence, his voice soft. When I was your age, I didn't have a home either. Grew up in a group home, felt like nobody saw me. Your mom did, though. She'd bring me books, sneak me cookies, even paid for my SATs when I couldn't afford it. She believed in me, Lily, and I'm gonna believe in you. Lily shifts, her eyes still red. Rachel said once Tom signed some papers, I'd be gone. Said I ruin everything. Ethan's grip tightens on the wheel, but he keeps his tone steady. Rachel's wrong. You're not the problem. Adults. They get lost sometimes, do stupid things. But you're enough. They head to Ethan's place in Manhattan, a high-rise with a doorman who tips his hat but doesn't ask questions. Inside, the housekeeper, Mrs. Clara Evans, named after Lily's mom, which feels like fate has a guest room ready, with a moon-shaped nightlight and warm blankets. Lily sits at the dining table, staring at a bowl of chicken soup, not eating, just smoothing her rabbit's ears. Ethan sits across from her, not pushing, just waiting. Your mom gave me something once, he says, pulling out a worn keychain shaped like a crescent moon. Said to hold it when I was scared, to remember someone's got my back. Now it's yours. Lily touches it, hesitant, then whispers, Can I stay here? Just for tonight. Ethan smiles. Tonight, tomorrow, as long as you need. But this isn't just about a safe bed. Ethan's already moving, texting his assistant, Laura, to set up meetings with a detective and a child therapist. He's not just saving Lily, he's building a case. See, Rachel's been working Tom like a puppet, pushing him to sign over Clara's trust fund to some shady account she controls. Ethan's got a friend, Detective Sarah Vega, who's been sniffing around. Sarah's the kind who blends into a bar's shadows, unnoticed, her phone camera catching every slip. Last night, she was at Murphy's pub, where Tom was drowning in whiskey, Rachel leaning in close, purring. Just sign here, Tom, and it's all over. No more reminders of her. Nearby, a woman named Jenna Klein, Rachel's old friend, slides an envelope into Rachel's bag, whispering, It's done, power of attorney, transfers, all set. Sarah's got it all on tape. The next morning, Ethan takes Lily to Mrs. Jenkins' house across the street. Mrs. Jenkins wraps Lily in a hug, her voice cracking. I tried to stop him, sweetheart, I swear. Her husband, Mr. Ed, sets out cookies and water, his eyes soft but steady. Lily sits by the window, drawing a house, a woman in the middle, a girl on one side, a man turning away. Ethan's chest aches as she whispers. Rachel said I'd be gone once he signed. Mrs. Jenkins grips Ethan's hand. Do something. She's just a kid. Ethan nods, already on the phone with his lawyer buddy, Matt Sullivan, who's all grit and no nonsense. Send me everything, Matt says. Photos, recordings, that drawing. We'll file for a protective order and an emergency hearing. In court, it's a showdown. Ethan and Matt are on one side, Lily clutching her rabbit, looking tiny in the big wooden chair. Across the aisle, Rachel struts in like she's on a runway. Her lawyer, Greg Palmer, all slick suits and sharper tongue. Tom's there too, looking like he hasn't slept in days, his eyes darting to Lily, then away. The judge, Margaret Hayes, is no nonsense, her voice calm but firm. This is about the child's safety. Let's keep it there. Matt lays out the evidence, Sarah's photos, bank statements showing transfers to Jenna's shell company, Lily's drawing, Mrs. Jenkins' testimony about that awful day. Rachel's team fires back with a fake psych report claiming Lily's unstable, but Matt shuts it down, proving it's forged. No license, no credibility. He snaps, sliding the proof to the judge. Lily takes the stand, her voice small but clear. Rachel said I'd be gone when Tom signed. I just wanted to stay home. She looks at Tom, her eyes pleading. You used to take me to the park, Tom. We ate ice cream, folded paper boats. You laughed when it melted on my hand. Don't you remember? Tom's face cracks, a tear slipping down. Rachel hisses in his ear. Say she's lying, Tom, or we lose it all. But Tom's done. He stands, voice shaking. I messed up. I let Rachel twist me up, drank too much, forgot who I was. I'm sorry, Lily. The room goes quiet, like the air's been sucked out. Sarah steps up, plays the bar recording. Rachel's voice cuts through, cold and clear. Sign it, Tom, and she's gone. The bank transfers seal it. Rachel's been siphoning Clara's money, using Jenna as a front. Jenna, dragged to the stand, crumbles. Rachel told me it was temporary, just to manage things. I didn't know it'd hurt the kid. Rachel loses it, screaming. You're all against me, just like Clara always was. The judge bangs her gavel, and it's over. Rachel's convicted of fraud, Jenna and her bar buddy, Mike, face charges, and Greg's disbarred for the fake report. Lily's guardianship goes to Ethan and Tom, shared, with a social worker, Ellen Price, keeping tabs. Months later, it's a crisp fall day in Central Park. Lily's in a new blue dress, sitting on a bench with Ethan, a cup of vanilla ice cream between them. Tom walks up, nervous, his hands empty except for a folded piece of paper. Hey, Lily, he says, voice soft. I don't expect forgiveness, not yet. I just want to be here, watch you grow. Lily scoops some ice cream, thinks, then pulls out her rabbit. Mom got this for me, she says, handing it to him. Hold it, Tom. Show me you can change. He takes it, eyes wet, and nods. They walk to the lake. Ethan showing Lily how to fold a paper boat, Tom chiming in. Needs thicker paper, or it'll sink. Lily laughs, her first real laugh in months, and grabs both their hands, pulling them along. It's not perfect, but it's a start. A family pieced back together, not seamless, but strong enough to hold. So what hits you hardest here? Lily's voice in that courtroom, begging Tom to remember? Or maybe Ethan, stepping into a mess he didn't have to, just because of a promise? If you were Ethan, would you have walked into that yard, or kept driving? And Tom, could you admit you were wrong? Start that long road back? Drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Who's right, who's wrong, and what would you do if this was your neighborhood? Maybe you've seen something like this. Someone pushed out, someone stepping up. Share it. We're all listening.